You will probably have come across the concept of spiritual workers sitting together in a circle configuration in order to communicate with and work with higher spiritual vibrations before now. But have you ever wondered why this is done? Each person sitting in a spiritual circle acts like a battery, contributing energy and power to the meeting. The more people you have in a circle, the more human batteries you have, and the more power you are able to build, meaning higher vibrational spiritual connections can be maintained for longer. Spiritual circles can fulfill a number of specific functions. For example, because circles increase available spiritual power, they are an ideal setting within which the abilities of a developing medium can be refined and brought on. If circle members are sitting to develop a potential medium, power can be directed around that circle towards the person who is developing to help advance their mediumistic capabilities. A variation of this type of circle is the development circle, which acts as a means of boosting the spiritual development of all its members, with them meeting regularly with the specific intention of advancing their personal spiritual capabilities so that these can then be used to further the spiritual knowledge of all humanity. It is essential in a development circle that there be a competent medium present to oversee each session and make sure that each member is safe and protected and developing successfully and correctly, and to offer tuition and guidance should it be needed. Power within a circle can be used to send light energy into the world, or to direct healing intentions and energies to a specific person or to a number of people who need help. We live in times when source light energy is desperately needed on Earth. The most noble intent within a circle at the moment is to bring through and transmit that energy for the good of all and for the benefit of the planet. Circles can also act as conduits for very high spiritual energies and intents. For example, angelic energies and intentions can be channeled down to benefit humanity and the earth through the members sitting in a circle. In order for this to happen, it is essential that all egos be left at the door before each circle meeting begins, and that the pure and high intentions of the circle not be tainted or lessened by the personal opinions of its members. Much dedication and selflessness is needed to sit in a circle for this type of outcome. Whatever the type of circle, members must sit at the same time and for the same period of time and in the same seats for each meeting. They should also arrive in good time. They are making an appointment with higher vibrations, and discipline and punctuality are important. Ideally, the seating arrangement should be man, woman, and so on, all around the circle. Obviously, this is not always possible, but even where it is not, the seating positions of the members should nevertheless be the same each time they meet. The intention of any circle should always be stated as the meeting opens, in order to focus attention and purpose, and a dedication to the light and the source, the divine within, should be made, together with a request for protection and guidance throughout the amount of time that the circle is active. Sitting in a circle is a sacred trust. To get the most out of each session, members should endeavour, for the 24-hour period previous to a meeting taking place, to refrain from any overindulgences. They should step back from any circumstances that might involve them becoming angry or depressed. No alcohol should be consumed, no cigarettes smoked, and no violent or disturbing television programs or films watched. All these things can influence the body and the mind, and therefore the circle negatively, and should be avoided. Ego is a stumbling block for so many souls on earth, and ego has no place within a spiritual circle. The circle should have a competent spokesperson or overseer, but no other hierarchy should be sought or established. Members of a circle should always seek to operate harmoniously and with a unity of purpose. So, how do you create and organize a circle? Well, your starting point is to connect with several like-minded, harmonious personalities you trust. These will need to be completely dedicated to the project. A circle should not be started half-heartedly. Before you begin, you must agree as a group that you are prepared to meet regularly and at the same time each week, and that your purpose in creating your circle is to advance the spiritual capabilities of its members for the good of all, and to use the circle to introduce into people's lives and to the earth much needed light energy and connections with higher vibrations that will raise global consciousness. If there is a developing medium within your circle, then some of the time spent in that circle can be used to direct energy to the medium with the aim of training them to receive communications of the highest order. As mentioned, the option of a development circle should ideally be run by a competent medium who is able to see what is happening to the members of that circle and to advise them correctly as to their ongoing spiritual development. This isn't strictly necessary, however, if the sole intent of your circle is to bring light into the world and to infuse humanity and all life here with that light. Let's consider that this is what you intend to do. And let's conclude this video by taking you through the steps needed to open and operate a light-sending circle. Step 1, of course, is to first connect with a number of like-minded souls who share your desire and willingness to send light out into the world. Having found your members, you then need somewhere quiet and peaceful to meet as a group, somewhere you won't be disturbed, and you need to agree on a regular time and day of the week that is convenient for you all. Having established a location and a time, you will, of course, need a suitable number of chairs, and these should be arranged in a circle in the room by the early birds before the other members arrive. Water should also be provided for each member. On arrival, pleasantries can be exchanged, but then everyone needs to take their seats and, prior to the meeting beginning, there should be a few minutes of silence to settle everyone down, during which members should focus their thoughts on what they are about to do and the aims of the circle. A designated member should then open with a statement of dedication and focus and a request for protection, after which the intentions of the circle can be carried out. In the case of this example, a light generating and sending circle, members can begin by imagining, visualizing the world floating in the center of the circle. The designated spokesperson can invite the circle members to do this. Next, each member should move their consciousness down to their heart center. There is, of course, a tutorial on how to do this earlier in this course, and visualize white light streaming out from their hearts towards the image of the earth in the center of the circle. They should see that image of the world turn in their imaginations, and as it does so, visualize every country and every ocean being infused with white light until their image of the world is glowing with light energy. This image should be held for a few minutes, then replaced by an image of all humanity, as though there are millions of souls standing in the center of the circle. Members should continue to stream out light from their heart centers to infuse the image of these souls, representing every soul on earth with the white light. This image can then be allowed to fade away and be replaced in members' visualizations by a central image representing all other forms of life on this planet: animals, fish, birds, insects. The white light can then be sent out from members' hearts to infuse all these other expressions of life too. Once this has been accomplished, this image can be let go of and allowed to gently fade away. At this point, members should visualize the white light retreating into their heart centers, and they should then take a few moments to close and seal their chakras as we taught you to do in an earlier module. Finally, the designated spokesperson should say a few words to close the circle and allow members to slowly and quietly return to earthly consciousness, taking a few sips from their glasses of water. Circles are an excellent way to connect as a group to higher vibrations and generate the power needed to maintain communication. Considering forming one, as long as it is harmonious and dedicated and pure in intent, is an excellent means of working for humanity and the earth. In part 6 of this module, we'll look at some of the do's and don'ts of mediumship. Please join me for part 6, and if you haven't already done so, please be sure to subscribe to this channel now and hit the bell to be notified of the final part in module 5 and to access earlier and future modules. And please also consider subscribing to our other channels, which feature many more videos and spiritual perspectives from the Joseph Communications, the Band of Light, and myself. Links can be found at the end of this video and also at the bottom of this channel.